Welcome back to Deep in the Archives. I'm Jalen Terrell, Tele26 News. Okay, so here's a bonus episode. Some videos I found deep in the archives. I can say much improvement since then. But one was a video news story I tried before I even started college. One was a college project, and the other was maybe a sophomore or a first year in college, somewhere around that time period. I believe before my sophomore year. So yes, these are very, very early stories. Let's see how well I did or lack thereof.
Hello, I'm Jalen Terrell. I'm interviewing athletes from the Town's football team. Curtis James, Joe Nowitzki, and Matt O'Connell.
Curtis James, starting center for the Tomies, whom was named AFCA All-America as a junior during the 2011 season. Senior fullback Joe Davinsky, former graduate at Tino High. Matthew O'Connell, sophomore quarterback from Clear Lake, Wisconsin. An athlete's prerogative is to work vigorously to get better, going through year-round training and conditioning. Whether to teammates or going to athletic camps, it's just part of the job. James, Nowitzki, and O'Connell share the same passion for football, understand the diligence of being a college athlete.
Yeah, kind of have to have the mentality that you're always getting better or you're getting worse. Yeah, you're always trying to get faster and stronger and more agile.
That is a competitive aspect. I'm not necessarily settled where I was. No. Yeah.
Competitive athletes that have the same mindset as O'Connell and James look for athletic camps, which can be costly, but satisfy the want to get better. An example is St. Thomas freshman Tyler Daniels. Freshman Tyler Daniels participated in an intense basketball camp called the 43 Hoops Basketball Academy, a highly competitive basketball camp that's instructed by former NBA veteran Chris Carr. Coach John Tyler of the St. Thomas men's basketball team runs a camp called Johnny Towers Basketball Camp. He runs numerous sessions throughout the summer. The session lasts 5 days, from Sunday to Thursday, starting at 9 a.m. running drills to scrimmages at 5 after. His main goal is teaching the kids the fundamentals of basketball while running drills similar to what he runs with the Tomies, just less intense because the last thing he needs is for young kids to MCL.
Having somebody else there to push you, it just helps you to get that much better, that much more quicker, and that much more easier.
I think that individual camps, if you look at those, those were really big in high school as far as recruiting goes. I look back, not necessarily in the younger age. The younger age was more development.
The programs that I've been involved with over the years have just been so phenomenal that I've loved being a part of that. I went to high school at Tino grades, and those programs were successful, and also just had great coaches and teammates to work with, and that made me desire to just stay there and keep going and to become a better teammate, a better player, and a better man overall. The coaches have done a great job, both in high school and here, to preach that it's not just important to be good at football, but to make an impact in the community, a positive member of society.
And I started going to college camps. The reason why you do that is because you're trying to get noticed, you're trying to get seen, So like my senior year, I ended up going to close to 10 different college camps because I just wanted the coaches to see me play and me be in front of coaches. And so I think that was the biggest part about it. And then obviously the road that I took led me here.
Daniel said her motivation to get better is the legacy of St. Thomas. Last year, the team was third in the nation. This year, her goal is to help them reach number 1.
The competitiveness definitely makes you just want to keep going, even through the pain or whatever. And your teammates definitely help you out, and just them being around makes you want to keep going for them, not just for yourself.
Nowitzki stated watching his teammates play through the same pain and pushing themselves through fatigue is what motivates him to get better.
like we got to get out of it. It helps to get that team cohesion.
Having somebody else there to push you, it just helps you to get that much better, that much more quicker, and that much more easier. So.
And I would say that there's always the difference between injury and pain. You know, injury is I can't go, I busted my knee, or I broke my finger.
And there's pain, which is, I woke up today and my back hurts, my knees are sore, my chest hurts, and I don't really mentally want to go today, and that's the kind of stuff that you need to be able to push me. You need to be able to be like, that's weakness.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. The coaches, lots of my coaches always talk about mental toughness and how important that is, and just how well can you continue to pursue excellence in the presence of physical and mental strain.
The mental stuff is sometimes more difficult than the physical stuff, but you have to be able to push yourself as an athlete to do that.
I think about high schoolers going into college, and they get so caught up in all the politics of it,
Biggest advice I can have is just chill out and just enjoy the game, because the game is what really matters, and the brotherhood that you form with the guys that you're with is what really matters at the end of the day.
and it's great to be competitive and want to win, but learning the real life lessons around it are way more important than anything else.
The life lessons that you get out of football and any sport really for that matter, they're just phenomenal.
You do your best, and you give everything you have, and you prepare and you practice, and you just give yourself to the game of football, and you don't worry about everything else. That stuff will all just fall into place. So just do your best and have fun with it.
Because I would encourage every young athlete to take pride in what they do, everything they do, whether it's their sports or something, their schoolwork, whatever it is. Take pride in what you do and do it with passion. Make sure you just go all out. I feel like that's the best way to find out things in life that you really love doing. If you push yourself in the football field, in the weight room, and running, doing sprints, it's like the most glorious stuff. Nobody likes.
Exactly.
Really enjoy doing that, but you do it because you love football and you love being with your teammates and everything else that goes with it. And so it makes that stuff kind of enjoyable. Take pride in that, do it with passion, be the best at doing that, and you'll have success on the field and the classroom, whatever you do. And you'll be able to decide for yourself what you want to do. If it's football, if it's hockey, soccer, whatever sport that is, whether you want to be a businessman or a movie star or whatever it is, do it to the best of your abilities. And I think you're gonna be happy.
Can I get a hey? Can I get a oh? Can I get a hey? Bill! Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you a close friend of mine, Gino Terrell.
I first started DJing when I was 10.
One more time. I want it to be perfect.
I messed around with it a little bit, and ever since then I kind of fell in love with it. Back then, DJing was kind of a side thing, a hobby kind of. Now I'm kind of taking it more serious. I definitely see I have the potential to do it. I just, need more support. With DJing, I don't know. My mom always says you can do multiple things. I like to use different things, different ideas. A lot of the stuff I do is random, but, it's something. Like the videos that I upload, they're random pictures, random comments, but they have, if you think about it, they have something to do with the video. but the music that I use is, I don't know, different genres.
You know, a lot of your music is very up-tempo. It kind of keeps people uplifting. Is that what you're looking for?
It is. I like to do a lot of things you're doing, you know. Clothing is made.
Oh, the Gino Angelo
Yeah,
1994. You got 94 line. Yeah. You were looking at that, okay.
I was looking at it. Yeah. I actually have a shirt right here. So. Actually, I have a shirt right here. So, hey. So,
you got the swagger. You got the swagger.
I got the swagger. Gino Angelo since 1994.
Swagger, yeah.
See, it's very athletic. Looks nice. It's blue, so you know, gotta keep it blue. I love blue.
And you know, a lot of it's just like it is right there, swagger. Or we have another one, the ladies wear, Too Sexy. And no, we come up with advisors, all kinds of things, anything to get people more confident. And you know, it's really uplifting kind of doing with his music, so it kind of goes hand in hand, like you say.
Just help us out too. You know, we need your help.
DJ PB.
Minnesota's weather is bizarre. It's been known to snow all day and rain all night. Here on Hamlin campus, we spoke with staff and students about the rapid change in weather. It apparently affects some more than others.
Unnecessary and stupid.
I think it's fucking ridiculous. Spring is coming.
Spring officially began March 20th, but throughout the month of April, cold, snow, and wind chill reflected Minnesota's harsh winters. Hamlin professor Gary Gabbard shared his experience with Minnesota's weather.
Being in Boston and New York, I thought I was used to the cold.
Though it's cold on the East Coast, he believes Minnesota's weather is unlike any other. Minnesota's climate change may be considered unusual to outsiders. However, it does not surprise Minnesotans. It frustrates some as others choose to be Minnesota nice.
It's Minnesota, so the season can do whatever they want to, and it snowed the first week of May last year, so we're not actually really surprised.
Yeah.
We're just disappointed.
One thing that will satisfy us all, including Mother Nature, is consistency from the climate.
Late springs in Minnesota is always a mystery. It has its highs and it has its lows. But for right now, stay warm, Minnesota. I'm Jim Terrell for Hamlin Sunnyside News. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe so you can see the growth from then till now. Again, I'm Jim Terrell, Tele 26 News.